Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm going to do a Magic the Gathering tutorial on how to make the perfect tricolor. Lots of people struggle with making a good tricolor because they don't know how much of which land to put inside, and which usually ends up in them getting the wrong mana at the wrong time. So first of all, let's start off with what colors you want to choose. If you're choosing a green, red, white, which is a really good deck by the way if you're making one of those, because I have one right here, you need to choose which guilds. I recommend Selesnya and Boros because they work good together. And just like leave the Gruul to the side, maybe just use one or two cards from that. So anyway, you need, say, because if you're using Selesnya and Boros, you need more white because the common mana color is white. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need 4 plains, 3 mountains, and 3 forests at least to be in the safe side. The rest you need to fill up with stuff called Shocklands and Dual Lands. Shocklands are cards which enter the battlefield tapped unless you pay 2 life, and you can untap them. And yeah, if you pay 2 life, basically you can untap them, and they provide you 2 colors of 1 out of 2 colors of mana, which you can choose, which is whatever guild you choose from. For Boros, it's Sacred Foundry, and for Selesnya, it's Temple Garden. So basically, this you need at least 4 of these in your deck if you want to make it successful for red, green, white tricolor. You also need Dual Lands, which enter the battlefield tapped unless you control a X blah 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 or blah blah blah. In this case, since we're using Selesnya and Boros again, Sun Petal Grove and Clifftop Retreat. This one enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or plains. This one enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or plains or a forest. Sorry. So anyway, those are the lands you need for proper tricolor. Then you need to pick out which spells you're going to use the most. So like I said, if you're choosing Selesnya and Boros, then go with Temple Garden, Clifftop Retreat, Sun Petal Grove, and Sacred Foundry. If you're gonna go like Selesnya and Gruul, then maybe add more mountains, add more forests in maybe, and go with Stomping Grounds and Rootbound Crag. But the better combo I would recommend are Selesnya and Boros. They're really good. My deck is actually based on the card called Ethereal Armor, which gives your creatures a +1/+1 for and first strike for how many enchantments you control. But aside from that, if you want to make your tricolor a lot easier, include 4 of a card called Chromatic Lantern. It's an artifact. It's 3 mana to cast. It makes all your lands have the ability to tap it for 1 color, for 1 mana of any color. It's really good. To top that off, you can also tap Chromatic Lantern itself to add 1 mana to your mana pool of any color. This makes a tricolor run a lot more smoothly and make it a lot more useful. Yeah, so basically, if you're making a Selesnya Boros tricolor, basically you want to add cards like Dryad Militant, cheap 1-cast cards, which are like really good. You can get them out in the first turn and stuff like that. Dryad Militant's really good. It's 1 mana for 2/1, and if you cast an instant or sorcery spell while it's still alive, you exile it instead of, putting it in the graveyard. So basically, it's a perfect counter to Snapcaster Mage decks, like control decks where you like cast Snapcaster Mage and then flashback your counter spells, which can be really, really annoying. Yeah, that's about it. If you're making one exactly like mine, you're gonna need, the enchantment based one. You're gonna need 2 Ajani Collar of the Prides. Yes, I know that Planeswalker is really, really good. 4 Burning Tree Emissaries, 4 Reckless Waves, 4 Dryad Militants, 4 Fencing Aces, and basically enchantments of your choice. I recommend Madcap Skills, Alpha Authority, obviously Ethereal Armor. As a sideboard, maybe Spear of Safety and Volcanic Strength against decks with red in it, because Volcanic Strength is just really, really good. Also, something really amazing is Unflinching Courage, because it gives it Trample and Lifelink. And if you're on a low cast card for Trample, then you can get Rancor, but I do not really suggest that as it is rotating out of Standard soon. Unless you play Modern, then it's okay. So anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you've learned something on how to make a really good tricolor. Same thing applies with other decks. Another good combination would be Simic Golgari, black, green, blue. Yeah, I have one of those as well. Blue, black, white. A nice control deck. Basically a Dimir Azorius one. What else? Rakdos and Gruul, red, green, black, or Jund as you call it before the guilds. It's really good. That's good for making really fast aggro decks, which can rip up your enemy in just a matter of minutes. So anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. And yeah, catch me in the other vlog. Maybe I'll be doing something else. I'll probably be playing Castle Crashers, Team Fortress 2, or Minecraft. I'm not so sure yet. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye guys, love you. Mwah.